Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. Today's stream, oh, it's not exactly an open discussion, it's not exactly a deep dive. It's more of just surfing the web for what happened nung sunog kahapon sa Manila Central Post Office. I've collected a lot of links which we can all take a look at, and in the end, some neat stuff about the Central Post Office from across the decades, which I think will be interesting to some of us who cherish national heritages and mga buildings natin within Metro Manila. So, this is what we're gonna do now. And from now until then, this is what we're gonna do for this stream. But from now until then, prep lang natin yung stream, send this live stream to more people, and hope you could share it too. Like the stream if you can, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right. Yo, what's up, Ignatius? Hey, Caleb. Share lang natin yung stream natin. Hella sleepy, Caleb. Woke up so early. That's how I'm feeling. How about you? Thank you for always asking how I am, by the way. Alright, let's go live on TikTok. And also, guess what? Oh, nice. Finally done. Is this for a class? Oh. At least tapos na. Man, to be back in school and worrying about submissions and requirements. Those were the days. So difficult also at the time. There. Oops. Yan. Hey, Christian. Pwede ba bumalik na lang as a student? Ma-enjoy ko pa yung stress as a student. Yoko na gumawa ng payroll. Well, in fairness, I think we have a tendency to think na ang stress ng estudyante is much, much less than the stress of somebody who's working or a student na may part-time. But I think we can only truly realize that after school. Because when you're in school, yung stress mo sa school, tingin mo yun na yun eh. Tingin mo sobrang stressed mo na in life in school. So to be fair, it's not something we can only say na tara balik na lang tayo as a student kasi alam na natin eh na mas hindi stressful ang pagiging student. But yeah, I remember, in fact, I think I've mentioned this in some of our Kumu streams. You know, I still dream about school these days. I dream about school these days. Not these days. Dream about school up until now na nalilate ako for a test or may hindi ako napag-aralan na test or hindi ko pala alam na may quiz today. And oftentimes, the tests are related to chem and math because I'm not very good at math. I was good at math until the college level. Pagdating ng college level, tenga na. Kamote na. But chemistry is a subject that I failed and I had to retake it. Kaya siguro up until now, yun yung pinapanaginipan ko tuwing nananaginip ako about school. Also, I never marched. Kaya feeling ko wala pa rin closure yung college education ko. I do have my diploma. I had it mailed, but I never marched because initially at the time I thought there was no point into marching marching with a batch that isn't my own. I graduated a semester later compared sa buong batch ko because I took up a minor in school and that made it so na malilate ako sa graduation ng lahat. So medyo bad trip and maybe that's why I'm dreaming about it. Di ko ba alam kung bakit nag-math ako or nag-chemistry. But yeah, I have the exact same sentiments as Ignatius here. I would probably like to trade my life for a week with somebody who's still in school. Why not, right? I mean, what's feeling ko, Ignatius, isa sa pinakamatutuwa tayo to trade our lives with kids in school, social media. Because when I was still in college, Instagram was just on the rise. In fact, wala pang Instagram stories noon. But now, can you just imagine college kids, even high school kids? Hey Mac, taking stories, snapping photos. Oh, let me just post this in my stories. Nagra-rant sa mga close friends nila sa Instagram stories nila. Nagpo-post ng TikToks in school. What are the rules even like kapag dating sa social media use sa school, diba? So, yun yung feeling ko. Pinaka matutuwa ako, Ignatius. Should I go back to school? It will be a nice excursion for me. Not so much the stress part, pero feeling ko matutuwa ako. Dahil, yeah, and also the popular kids. Can you imagine ano na ang itsura ng popular kids ngayon with the advent of, with social media supplementing their popularity? Is it more difficult to be a popular kid now? Is it more awkward to be a popular kid? Do popular kids even want to be popular? Or do their social medias just blow up? I mean, because there are a lot of good-looking boys and girls in school na bigla na lang sisikat by name, diba? When we were studying. But how about their social media? Ngayon na may social media na. Interesting thoughts. Random thoughts. I think though back then, Ignatius, tayo naman, addicted tayo sa Facebook. I remember in class, oh my gosh, this one was horrible. Before we start the stream, because nag 10 minutes na, I remember in school, we had computers for statistics class because we had to take 3 units of statistics for psych. And I remember, sobrang nalungkot yung teacher namin and na-disappoint siya kasi nalaman niya na yung buong row ko, and I think we were 4 or 5 in my row, all of us with computers in front of us. Nahuli niya kami naglalaro ng Facebook Tetris. Do you remember Facebook Tetris? Because we were playing that and sobrang lungkot niya. This one, Tetris Battle. Oh my gosh. Those were the days. Lungkot siya. Yeah, but yeah, we're all guilty of it. Disconnecting, being too much on the internet, procrastinating only to find ourselves wasting our days and lives on doom scrolls. So susceptible to that. Sobrang victim ako niyan. Pet Society for M. As a comm student, maraming content creators daw, sabi ni Caleb. Hey, Mami Levy. Alright, let's start this stream, everybody. Oh my gosh. Nadala ng kwentuhan. Wait lang. I have a bunch of links here for you. Let me just open them up right now. Don't worry. There are about 20 links here because it's not going to be a deep dive. It's not going to be a deep dive, but more of just a collection of all the stuff over the internet in the past 2 days, all with regards to the fire at the Manila Central Post Office. I think we have close to 30 links. Wait, onti na lang. Sana hindi tayo maghang, no? Kasi ang dami ng links eh. Double checking if we're hanging. Alright, we're not. Yo, Edu! Farmville, o diba? Meron pa isa, Restaurant City. You guys remember Restaurant City? Restaurant City. This one, oof. Oh man, brings back a lot of memories. I would play this again. I would definitely have another run at this. O diba? Ito pa, isa pati. But I think ito high school. More of late high school ko yata nilaro ito. Farmville, hindi na ako umabot dun. Mga titos and titas. No sneeze. No sneeze. False alarm. It's there. Excuse me. Mga titos and titas ko na yung napa-Farmville. Sim City, of course. Okay, let's go. So, one more. Excuse me. Give me a sec. All right, I'm here. Thank you. So in case you did not see this on the internet, which I doubt you missed, on Sunday evening at around 11:40, nasunog ang Manila Central Post Office. So it's this one over here. Fire start tama 11:45 local time, and the situation was raised to the highest fire alarm level just before 6 a.m. on Monday. Oh my gosh, ang liit pala nung screen sa inyo. There you go. Before it was brought under control about an hour later. So under control for an hour later, but if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't until more than a day later na fire was completely out. Of course, Twitter had a reaction to it. Initial reactions, of course, were photos of the Manila Central Post Office na hindi pa nasusunog. We have one from Fred over here. Nagising sa balita na nasusunog ang Manila Central Post Office. Photo last year during my bike tour around Manila. And then of course another one na actual nasusunog na yung Metro Manila Central Post Office. So eto na siya. This was posted Sunday. If Sunday ng gabi nasunog, this one was posted 7:30 a.m. the following Monday. Then literally 8 hours later. Now Reddit also had posts over it, which we could also check out later. This one is quite interesting kasi ito, nag-submit nito Redditor na nakasakay sa eroplano nang nasusunog yung Manila Central Post Office. Ayan yung, I suppose ito yung sunog because you see the concentration of fire, the concentration of smoke in that area. Man, kung may ganito akong nakita, I would kind of freak out, fam. To be honest, as an anxious flyer, I don't dig this. I'm not a fan of suddenly seeing something in fire. Tapos we have to fly through it. I mean, of course, they didn't fly through the smoke, but they were still very, very close to the smoke. Aerial shot. Oh my gosh, too soon, Caleb. Too soon. And then just like what Ron said, after 31 hours, dun na nga naging fire out or declared fire out at 6:33 a.m. So nearly 31 hours. I think they fell short by about 12 minutes. So that's what happened. That's a short of it. And here are some photos of the before and after of the Manila Central Post Office being on fire. This one, when it was constructed in the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken, 1926, ito yung itsura niya. So I was able to get these pictures from Wikipedia. Very nice. I mean, can you imagine it being sparkling brand new in the 1920s? Solid, diba? Of course, Edu. So ito siya. This is another one from 1932. So freshly built. Look at that. It looks amazing, right? So ayan siya. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this too happened during World War II. 1946 when it was first damaged immensely. So this happened I'm not sure when in 1946, but definitely aftermath siya ng World War II. It's a timeless piece of structure for sure. And ito rin, another shot of the damages from World War II. Oh, diba? That's what it looks like. Pretty bad. So can you imagine being brand new, ito yung itsura niya, right? And then after World War II, naging ganito na yung itsura niya. Now, the reports say that there was a lot of damages. I think 300 million pesos worth of damages. But we can talk more about that later because I kind of do have a little gripe about it na 300 million pesos in damages including stamp collections. Can you imagine stamp collections? I'm no collector of stamps, but I could just imagine the pain of losing something as priceless and valuable as stamps in the Central Post Office of Metro Manila. But more on that later, like I said. Now, in 2018, it was rebuilt, I think shortly after World War II. And in 2018, dineclare ng National Museum of the Philippines na important cultural property ang Manila Central Post Office, meaning that it had exceptional cultural, artistic, and historical significance to the Philippines. And because of that, it now gets government funding for its protection, conservation, and restoration. If I'm not mistaken, last night over at Kumu, mentioned that the Manila Central Post Office is insured by the GSIS. Now, here is the talk on the damages. So, according to CNN, 300 million pesos ang damages na nangyari or ang result ng sunog na ito. Mismong Manila Mayor Honey Lacuna Pangan ang nagsabi nito, $5.4 million. Of course, they had to do dollars here because It's not. It's CNN.com. And 300 million pesos based on estimates from the Bureau of Fire Protection. Ayaw mag-load nung kinaiinisan ko. Kinaiinisan ko na nga, hindi pa siya naglo-load. Hold on, give me a sec here. The headline of the next link that I'm about to send to you is basically about our national IDs. So, according to this article, there are 46 million national IDs already given by the government, whether it's digital or physical. Ako mismo, I don't have a digital copy of my national ID, but and I don't have the physical copy either. Now, if you're one of the many people, no, don't. Okay, akala ko nag-exit yung buong Chrome. Now, if you're one of the many millions of Filipinos na wala pang postal ID wala pang national ID, well, you're not gonna be happy here because national IDs were damaged in the post office fire. And if I'm not mistaken, at least those for delivery in the city of Manila were affected by the fire. So, kung meron kayong Phil IDs and nakatira kayo sa Manila City, I think you're gonna be a little more affected by this fire just because you're not gonna receive your IDs anytime soon. And by anytime soon, I mean maybe you'll get it in the next 10 years. Bad trip, diba? Alright, Boss K. Now, this is also... Give me a minute here. So, contrary to initial rumors, chat, just like this one, which we also read last night, the rumors last night were may usap-usapan na gagawing hotel yan. This was just posted 2 days ago. Usap-usapan na gagawing hotel yan. 6 to 8 years ago, the idea is to turn this into a Fullerton hotel, just like this one. But, ayan, kung gagawing hotel, bakit pa sinunog? So, ang daming may rumors or initial rumors kaagad, diba? Insurance claim even. People are making their initial reactions to it, or initial chismis about bakit nagkasunog. After all, medyo nakakapagtaka, diba? Naggabi pa on Sunday nung nagkaroon ng sunog. But again, contrary to all those rumors, mismong mayor na nung Manila ang nagsabi that there will be no commercial building to rise at the Manila Central Post Office site. No commercial space will be built at the site of Manila following the fire that gutted the decades-old iconic structure. And I think it's because of this one that, like I mentioned earlier, important cultural property siya. So, bawal siyang tayuan ng iba pa kung hindi yung mismong museum lang. National Central Post Office. Manila Central Post Office lang ang mismong pwedeng naandoon. Now, there are also some initial reactions here na sana gawin na lang nilang museum because at this point, medyo obsolete na ang snail mail. And this service is essentially costing the government money instead of making them money. But to a certain extent, I think that I do have to agree with this actually. Na it would certainly be nice if a portion, because they will restore the Central Post Office. But my question is, sana may portion na i-dedicate na nila as a museum. And in that way, pwedeng kumita yung part ng post office na yon. But of course, gagawin nilang museum, anong laman? Eh nasunog nga, diba? Now, the fire, if I'm not mistaken, the damages of the fire, let me see here. Where is that? Give me a minute here. Oh, man. Here. The fire, there you go. So the edifice was completely gutted, sabi ni Luis Carlos, ang Postmaster General, from the basement to the ground floor, all the way up to the 5th floor. The structure was still there. Oh, si EJ pala to. Hey EJ, but the ceiling had fallen down. He said that letters, parcels, and the postal agency's entire stamp collection were likely destroyed, but clarified that only the mail service in Manila was affected by the fire. Hence, the national IDs. Good luck na lang sa mga taga Manila. Walang water sprinklers din daw because matanda na yung building. So, I don't know how to feel exactly at this point. I think right now, all I want to do is read as much as I can, soak all the information up before I can come up with my own opinion about it. Because it kind of does feel sad na nasunog to. I mean, as somebody who's lived in Metro Manila all my life, I also do feel a little guilty na never pa ako nakatapak sa loob ng Central Post Office. I've gone to other places in Metro Manila, but the Central Post Office, never. So there is that bit of loss in me as well na sayang, di ba? Yeah, it is the new blue. Now, this is a quick video from ABS-CBN. Hopefully, this doesn't get taken down because of this YouTube short. But this is a quick YouTube short from ABS-CBN that basically gives us a quick history on the Manila Central Post Office. Let's watch it together.
Postal Office ng Maynila na tinatawag ring Post Office Building. Ito rin ang nagsisilbing headquarters ng Philippine Postal Corporation na matatagpuan sa Loton Ermita sa may Pasig River. 1926 ito sinimulang itayo base sa neoclassical design ni Juan M. Arellano at Tomas Mapua. Nasira ito sa Battle of Manila noong World War II. Inayos ito noong 1946.
Oh, so yun nga. At 1946 din nung nasira nung nasira siya sa gera, and mismong same year ginawa na ulit siya.
Ni-retain ang original na design. Ni-recognize ng National Museum of the Philippines ang historic landmark na ito bilang isang important cultural property noong November 24, 2018. Nitong May 22, 2023, muli itong nasira sa isang malaking sunog.
That's horrible. Yeah, so I didn't realize na exactly kung ano yung sinabi dito sa ABS-CBN in 20 seconds is what I've been talking about in the last 20 minutes. This one too is another video from The Guardian, this time a minute. And this one is live fire at the moment it was happening. This sucked, man. That's horrible. It does make sense though na ang daming sunog dito or mabilis kumalat yung apoy kasi syempre puro papel at kahoy yung laman nito. It being an old building, I'm sure they have a lot of wooden furniture in there. And also another thing is that it's a post office, so maraming papel. Maraming parcels na very flammable. Oh, several people, mainly firefighters, were injured in the fire. There is a Senate probe. I think it was also yesterday na lumabas yung balita na magkakaroon ng Senate probe on the fire. And finally, one more video. This video is basically the aftermath. So we have the history, we have when it was under fire, and now the aftermath. This one is from Manila Bulletin. Cue dramatic music, chat. I kind of want to mute it because I'm not so sure if that's copyright free. So I'm gonna mute it for you. And just play our own music. Lungkot, no? Yeah. Oh, not the Central Post Office, of course, but yeah. Recently, I think, although hindi ako yung gumawa mismo, I'm kind of guilty na hindi ako. Pero recently, I had to snail mail something. I couldn't believe it. I had to snail mail it kasi abroad yung recipient eh. sabi ni EJ, poetic daw para sa kanya ang snail mail. I see why. I think we can find a thread on that later, but so now that this has happened across the internet naturally and in honor of the Manila Central Post Office, the internet started sharing nifty things and trivia and facts and photos of the Central Post Office, beginning with this one. In honor of the Manila Post Office, this is what a 93-year-old post office box or PO box looks like. They were, of course, dahil nasunog na, still being rented out by citizens and businesses. The small doors are made of solid bronze. The boxes are located in the basement of the West Wing. That's pretty neat, chat. Look at that. Can you imagine may mga PO box na ganito? And syempre bad trip na nasunog nga, di ba? Looks so cool, man. What do people have to say about this? This is cool. Looks like the old-timey PO boxes in the States. Really cool, like a hidden gem in the metro. The bigger boxes can handle packages. These boxes are for letters. The door is so heavy too. I feel like it would be heavy because nakalagay dito, made of solid bronze. Man, I wish I think this is exactly what I'm thinking too. I wish they'd restore this place. Maybe make it multi-use like a museum with some shops and some of its original use. Exactly what I thought. Yeah, postal service pa rin. Hotel or museum would probably be the best creative reuse case for the building. It really doesn't make sense to remain a post office anymore and been quite a financial burden for the Philippine Post Office. The entire building is insured by GSIS, pero depende sa structural damage ang mga repairs. Sa palagay ko, use that money and work with the National Museum Agency to make it a tourism landmark. Hell, I agree with all of this. I like it. I like the thought here. Sana ito yung mangyari, and I think it would honor the Central Post Office more than anything because it would attract a lot of tourism or a lot of people who were formerly not very acquainted sa post office na bisitahin ito. Would be a good idea. Fave prenup shoot, sabi ni Reynard, favorite prenup photo shoot location daw ang Central Post Office. More nifty things here. Pictures from people, mga nagpo-post. So ito in memoriam, the Manila Post Office. And looking at this, you really get to see how beautiful it was. Look at that. Likely also marble yung floors nito. Ganda, no? Look at that. And then, of course, the Roman, Greek-like poles. I don't really know what you call them. O, diba? If that isn't the Postmaster General himself. Man. A little too young to have fully used ako the snail mail or the postal service system of the Philippines, of our country. But I still went through that as a kid kasi naaalala ko, sinasalihan ko yung mga contests sa Cartoon Network. And the way you join these contests on Cartoon Network is you have to snail mail to the Cartoon Network PO box. Sabi ni Boss K, Postmaster General has a nice ring to it. Jax, what's up? Jax, kita-kita tayo sa Conquest. Okay na yan na government position for one admin. It does really have a nice ring to it, huh? Postmaster General. This one is also pretty neat. Reposting in honor of the Manila Post Office. Alright, chat. Looks like your average illustration of the Manila Central Post Office, right? Until I swipe right and you realize that this entire thing was made on PowerPoint. Hanip, di ba? Kaya nyo yan sa PowerPoint ginawa yung buong illustration. So that's pretty neat too. Ano ba ang architectural design ng structure? Art Deco. Pwede natin tanungin si Jax dito. Ano ba ang architectural design ng structure? I don't know, Art Deco. Don't forget to take a selfie, Jax, and share sa Discord. Member ka, right? Sure yan, mag-selfie kami ni Jax. We can't not. Chat si Jax, classmate ko from high school. Tagal ko nang di nakikita. And this one, another Central Post Office post on Reddit. Alam naman natin kung gaano ka nagiging uso sa TikTok ang Wes Anderson trend. Kaya may gumawa rin nito, but for the Central Post Office. Looks pretty neat, I think. Not bad at all, chat. O, diba? Would be nice. Would really, really be nice, I think, kung ma-restore nila to in a way that it generates some revenue for the government or for our country. Of course, cartoonist Zach also had the drawing for us para sa National Museum sa Central Post Office. But this one with kind of a hot take. So, ito yung drawing ni cartoonist Zach. O, diba? Going through the comments of this cartoon, or of this post, excuse me. Going through the cartoonist Zach post here. If you look here on the right, medyo may hot take siya, diba? I honestly don't want to make any assumptions just yet. Because for one thing, I do want to give the benefit of the doubt. Meron naman tayong Senate probe, may maayos na investigation. But of course, knowing how the country is being run or has been run in the last since forever, hindi may iwasan na isa sa mga initial thoughts natin would be negligence among the other rumors that we try not to put too much value in. What's interesting though are the comments. Kasi nung nakita ko yung comments, isa sa mga comments, let's see. Ito, please explain like I'm 5. Is it wise to keep post offices running or mas bawasan pa yung operations niya? I heard mas malaki raw expenses to maintain it kesa sa income niya. It's a service provided by the government and funded by taxpayers. Really good insight here. Like healthcare and education, any government service should not be expected to turn a profit. Sure, charge a fee, but the low fees ensure accessibility to the citizens. Hindi lahat afford ang private career, private healthcare, private education. Postal services are essentially cog in the government machinery. Case in point, the stupid-ass national ID. Bad trip. Naalala ko na naman. Yo, what's up, TikTok fam? Hey, Luis. Last post, I think. In light of so we're done essentially talking about the Manila Post Office or the Manila Central Post Office, and we're close now to talking about the point of why we even thought of talking about the Central or the Manila Post Central Post. I keep jumbling the words, pero yung reason kung bakit ko naisip gawin tong content for tonight is coming up soon. And of course, people also couldn't help but reflect on other buildings in Manila or in the Philippines, across the Philippines, that we could for sure appreciate as well. What are some other local historical buildings that have also been destroyed, neglected, or abandoned for many years. So ito raw yung Aduana Building, the Manila Film Center. We can zoom this one in. The Manila Film Center and the Old Paco Railway Station. Ganda nito. O, diba? Now, I guess I just wanna end this stream by talking about the point of all of this. As somebody who's lived in Metro Manila my entire life, I don't think I've explored it enough. Sure, nakapunta na ako sa ilang mga landmarks, lalo na yung mga sikat, as a kid and as an adult. But with this live stream, I'm hoping that those who are like me na hindi pa talaga nakakaikot sa Metro Manila are inspired to go on a field trip and check out the things that we do have, because judging by the amount of love that people have posted online about the Manila Central Post Office post Sunog, we have many good things over here, and I think we should all visit it before it's too late. Sana naman hindi maging too late, or sana naman walang catastrophe na mangyari ulit, such as a fire or maybe even a war. But yeah, let's appreciate what we have here, chat, and I hope you could visit all these national heritages too. Last night, I know we already kinda did. Nung ginoogle Maps natin. Nag-street view tayo at nag-Google Maps tayo. Ano yung isa? Luneta Hotel? Ano yung hotel kagabi na pinuntahan natin? Well, that one. We went to that one, and I guess that's the entire point of this live stream. I'm gonna go over to Kumu now. Thank you so much for tonight. Habol lang ako sa mga comments na hindi ko nabasa earlier. Of course, John Ray is here. Marami raw pinagdaanan. Oh, yung inside daw ng post office, sabi ni Ron, makikita daw sa Regine Velasquez movie na ikaw lamang hanggang ngayon. It's still salvageable based on initial impressions. We lost a silent witness of our history. True. Hopefully not lost entirely, just like how we didn't exactly lose it during the war. But severely damaged, yes. But hopefully not too much na hindi na siya pwede masalvage. Sabi ni Ron, the Manila mayor has power to something the fire safety compliance of the building. Oh, I'm not so sure. I don't think we covered that for today. Pero tinatanong ni Kerwin, does the Manila mayor have a say on what to do with the post office, other than of course protecting it and not allowing another building to rise? That one I'm not so sure, because I don't think so. Is what I would assume. Ipapa-renovate like the Met. Oh my gosh, I could just imagine. Meron tayong ganun sa Pilipinas. I think it's gonna be too problematic. Isipin mo kung meron tayong parang Met Gala, pero sa Manila Central Post Office. Oh man, it's not right. Especially in Manila. Oh, no. Masyadong maraming magagalit. But, I don't know. Maybe if they pull it off in a way that is very beneficial to a lot of people, why not, right? Ang huling snail mail daw ni Kerwin was in 1993. Ako nga never... I really don't know kung nakapunta na ako sa Central Post Office. Maybe as a kid, but even if I did, I really don't remember. Oh, nice to see you here, Luis. But I'm moving now to TikTok, chat. Thank you so much for tonight. Please don't forget to like the video. If you haven't liked it yet, sabay-sabay na tayong mag-like. Here I am. I'm gonna like. Chat, 5 lang yung likes natin. Paramihan naman natin yung likes. Right now, we have 6 likes. If you haven't liked the video yet, please like it. And then we're gonna move on to Kumo already. Ang tanong paring Ray, nare-receive ba ng recipient? man. Yeah, I remember writing a lot of letters. I think for school, um, as homework, I suppose. Snail mail. But it was also when I was a kid na nagkaroon ng email eh. So I guess as a millennial, napagdaanan din natin yung transition from snail mail to email, from analog to digital. Sabi ni Ron, meron siyang insight dito. Usual solution ng government is to privatize the postal service. Sana hindi privatize completely. I hope it's still gonna be a PPP. I mean, I'm pretty tired with a lot of our utilities being privatized, and it's crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's may economic perspective dito, or may tamang na paningin dito other than my very shallow perspective. But I'm so tired of our public utilities being privatized. I get na kapag government siya or public siya, mabagal, and kapag private, mabilis. But I think we could find the middle ground there. We could make it a PPP at the very least. Huwag tayong ganyan, Ignatius, para nating binubuhay yung thread kagabi. Ikaw ang sumulat, sa iba ang kanyang sinagot. Have a great evening, chat. I'll see you over at Kumu if you want to. But also, I'll be live again on YouTube tomorrow at 7. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much for tonight. Kita-kita tayo sa Kumu. Tatalon na ako doon. Bye, Ignatius, Paring Ray, Caleb, EJ, Boss K, Ron, M, Luis, Christian, Mami Levy, and everybody else. Don't forget to like. See ya. Bye-bye, everybody.